Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled R3 PanSTARRS, an Orion Comet. So what do we see here? Well, here we once again see the comet R3 PanSTARRS, which is in the southern skies now and actually prominent in the constellation of Orion. Now it is moving away from Earth, so you do need a longer exposure with a camera or a telescope or binoculars to be able to see it. But it's been very prominent and sometimes considered an Orion comet simply because that is where it's located in the sky when it's been its most prominent, when its tails have been the best. And those will always occur after it passes closest to the sun. So it already made its close pass to the sun, is heading out away from the sun and Earth now, but we can still see the distinct tails stretching back here as we see them stretching up in the sky. In fact, lined up this time apparently going through the star Safe in the constellation of Orion. Of course, that is just a matter of perspective. The comet is, of course, much closer to us within our own solar system, while the star is much farther away. Now we can see some of the other pieces here of Orion. We can see the bright star Rigel, one of the brighter two stars in Orion, as well as the centered Orion Nebula and Barnard's Loop, kind of looping around here, a glowing region of hydrogen gas, and the red glow of hydrogen very prominent there. Now the Orion region is often photographed because it does have, first of all, a lot of bright stars in it, but it also has a lot of nebulae there. It's a big star-forming region, in fact, one of the closest star-forming regions to us within our Milky Way. And we can see things like the Orion Nebula, where stars are currently forming right now. And in fact, there are some very young stars there. But we also see a number of hot blue stars around, which are relatively young and relatively recently formed. And what does that mean? Well, astronomically speaking, that can mean within the last few million years. Those stars are relatively young by comparison to older stars like our Sun, being about 5 billion years old. When we talk about stars that are only millions of years old, they are definitely much younger. Now, PanSTARRS is continuing to move further out and further to the south, so it's becoming very hard to see for anyone in the northern hemisphere, but is heading even farther south, but it will also begin to fade. So it's getting fainter and fainter. The tails will start to become less prominent as it moves outward in the solar system. Eventually, it will disappear altogether. Well, not the comet itself, but our visibility of it. The head of the comet, the nucleus, will continue to head back out and in fact head out of our solar system altogether. But that portion will not be visible once it gets far enough away from our sun. We can only see the comet when it comes in close, because that's when our sun energizes it. So that was our picture of the day, titled R3 PanSTARRS, an Orion Comet. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Aurora Burrito. So we'll see what that is tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.